Right, so as we continue, we are looking at now question number 2 in the Biology 2025 GCE, paper 2. So question number 2 there says, figure 2 shows the stages involved in testing for the presence of a food nutrient W in crushed onion. So these are the stages they have given us: warm water, crushed onions inside, that's stage 1. And they shake, then there's a reagent that is added to that. Then after adding the reagent, it is actually heated in a water bath. Then the result, you have a red precipitate there. Then the first question there says that identify reagent X. Of course, looking at the stages, the heating and the outcome that is there, this is actually testing for reducing sugar. So what normally do we use when you're testing for reducing sugar? Like glucose, we use Benedict solution. So the reagent there, X, is Benedict solution, or if you want Benedict reagent, that is what we can say. Right, then the B part says explain why the onion was crushed. So I want you to explain why it was crushed and shaken with warm water. So why was it crushed? So remember that in order to crush something, you want to actually extract its content. So I can simply say, you need to paragraph, remember. So I can simply say that crushing breaks down the onion's cell walls, releasing its content. So that is what is going to happen. So no wonder you need to crush. By so doing, you break up the cell walls, and that helps to release the contents that are actually inside. Then the second one, it was saying shaken with warm water. So why is that it actually shaken in this case with warm water? So it is actually shaken with warm water to help dissolve. So we can simply say a shaking with warm water helps dissolve. So it actually helps dissolve soluble nutrients. So that's the whole idea. So it helps to dissolve. So there are two reasons here. Crushing breaks down the onion cell walls, thereby releasing its content. And shaking with warm water, it actually helps to dissolve. It helps dissolve soluble nutrients. So that is what you want to do, so that you are able to carry out your test there. Hopefully we are together. Then C1, no writing in bullet point form or something, just write your statement there. So C1 says, from the result in stage 4, which nutrient in the onion was being tested for? So which nutrient? So they're asking which nutrient was actually being tested for. So because of that, we can simply say it was a red precipitate. Like I said, this is sugar, so we can say reducing sugar. So that is what was being tested for. So reducing sugar such as maybe glucose, mainly glucose, or you can say fructose. Those are examples of reducing sugars that can be tested for. C2 says, name the class to which the nutrient identified in C1 belongs. To which class does it actually belong to? So they're talking about to which class can we talk about. Of course, the class, we can simply talk about carbohydrates. Remember, carbohydrates are simply sugars. They can either be simple sugars, or they can be many sugars, from mono to di or poly. So they belong to a class of nutrients called carbohydrate. Then it says, name the other class of nutrients found name the other class of nutrient found in onion other than the one identified in C. So in the case of onion, in most cases you're going to find that the other class, name the other class of nutrient found and other than the one identified. So mainly vitamin C is basically found in what we are calling as being onions. So vitamin C is the main other nutrient that you are going to find. Right, then this says explain the importance of food nutrient W in the human body. So why is the food nutrient W important? Remember, we're trying to test for reducing sugar, so why is it important in the body? There are 3 marks, so at least you can give 3 points. So possibly the first one there, I can tell you, sugars actually provides a quick, so sugars help to provide a quick source of energy. So they help to provide a quick source of energy, especially through cellular respiration. So they need to carry out cellular respiration. So as they do that, energy is actually going to be generated. Apart from that, you need to remember that sugars actually is a fuel that helps to, in other words, it fuels vital processes. So it helps to fuel vital processes like muscle contractions. Remember, you need sugars, brain activities, and other metabolic reactions that are going to be taking place inside of the body. So that is what you need to remember. And of course, part of this sugar, part of this nutrient we are calling as being reducing sugars. Excess glucose can actually be stored as glycogen in the liver and muscles, for later use. So that nutrient can actually be stored as glycogen, where muscle, later on it can be used if there's no energy that is available. Thank you so much for watching. Watch out and look out for some proposed solutions to this question paper for question number 3.